Searching for employment is a very critical and crucial issue which the new graduates will face. And therefore, this chapter is pivotal for us because it will help us approach the whole business of searching jobs and prepare employment messages or artifacts such as application letters and resumes. Let's look at the changing workplace first. The workplace today has changed. It has been marked by technological changes, globalization. So it has been marked by deregulation, shareholder activism, corporate downsizing, and of course, entrepreneurialism. Therefore, some of the implications that we have are very different than what employees of previous generations had experienced. How often people look for work? Today, gone are the days when we would look for lifetime employments. We seldom find new graduates or individuals looking for a job expecting to stay in the same job for a whole lifetime. Instead, what we have that is that many employers are hiring temporary employers, they are hiring people for short terms or in consultative roles, which means today an individual looking for a job is likely to change his or her job several times during his or her career. If you find someone starting a career as an entry level executive at Banglalink Telecom or Orascom Telecom in the telecommunication industry, it is very likely that by the time 10 years are over, he or she will have changed the job several times, moved to other telecom companies such as Grameenphone or Robi Axiata, or in industries or roles which can capitalize on his or her expertise and experience as a telecommunication executive. Where do people find work? 80% of the labor force nowadays work for firms that are small or medium sized. At least this is the case in the United States. The same to a certain extent is also true for Bangladesh. A lot of people or new graduates are working for small or medium sized enterprises or even working for startups which are very entrepreneurial in nature. Therefore, these type of firms, SMEs and startups, are becoming very attractive propositions for job seekers. The type of people who find work. People who today find work are willing to learn throughout their life. They are able to adapt to diverse situations, and they are usually team players with strong work records. Leaders who are versatile and employees with diversified skills and varied jobs experience. Most employers expect employees to be sensitive also to intercultural differences because you have to work in many cases nowadays in an environment where you have people from different ethnicities, genders, sexual orientations, and religious denominations. What can you offer? Of course, employers are interested in us as employees because they expect us to offer certain things. We can offer personal achievements. What is meant by personal achievements? For example, if you are a good sportsman, if you have achieved extraordinary accolades as a student, If you have mastered a new language, or if you have mastered or learned a computer programming language which the employer can use, these are things that they value. Your educational preparation, your degree, you know, your class projects, the knowledge that you have gained while at university, these things are important to the employer. Therefore, the degrees, the certificate programs that you have been through, all these which you list on your resume are things that you offer. If you have received any scholarship during your educational preparation, these will also be taken very positively by the employer. Work experience. What are your work experience? If you have a lot of experience in a particular industry in different companies, these are highly valued by organizations. As I mentioned earlier, if you have worked in 3 different telecommunication companies in different capacities, this will make you an expert in that particular industry. Sometimes a professional area or um, a space in which you gain experience, such as brand management or treasury management, if you are a finance student, or corporate communications, these can be valued by a diverse city of diverse, industries. So let's say banking, airline, hospitality, and even non-government organizations. Extracurricular activities refer to what you do beyond your educational degrees. For example, if you were a president here at BRAC University's Cine and Drama Club, or if you have worked for BISB or Business and Economics Forum, these will go down well with the employers, because sometimes employers look at extracurricular activities and label them as surrogate experiences, surrogate qualifications which can stand in place of experiences. Lastly, personal characteristics. If you are affable, friendly, get along well with your fellow colleagues, you are truthful and have a lot of integrity, you are a good team player, you are articulate and outgoing, these things are also quite important for employers. What do you want to do? The type of occupation that you want to take. You need to talk to people, and find out about different occupations before you decide whether this occupation is good for you. You may have a degree in marketing, but you may not like brand management. You may like distribution channel management or sales, or you may like product development and innovation. Therefore, even though you have a degree in marketing, not all areas or all occupations in the field of marketing may be good for you. Therefore, you need to do some research, talk to people. Nature of the job is another thing. Do you prefer independence, or do you like to be guided and supervised when you work, and therefore in by surrendering some responsibility, surrendering some independence, you enjoy a less responsible position. So that can be important. Whether you like physical work or mental work or a mix of both, whether you like to work with products or services, you work with machines or ideas, this is also important. So nature of the job. Specific compensation. Do you like the security of a monthly salary, or do you like the excitement of commissions that you are likely to earn on top of a regular salary? Some people like the idea of commission based salary, you know, and some do not like the idea. They want a fixed salary, and hate or dislike the uncertainty of commission based compensation. Those things you need to think of. General career goals. Where would you like to be from here, where you have started? What is the ultimate position you'd like to attain? How fast or how soon do you think you will get your next promotion or move to a more responsible position? These need to be considered, and these are your general career goals. Size of the company. Do you like the idea of a small entrepreneurial operation, or do you prefer a large company? Large companies sometimes give you a lot of security, but you end up in less significant or consequential positions because you are a small cog in a big wheel as opposed to a hub in a wheel. Type of operation. Do you like service or manufacturing? Do you like predictable hours such as every day 8 hours, or do you like to be flexible and you have varied hours and sometimes where there is a lot of excitement and uncertainty? Location. Where do you want to be, in a small town or big city? Facilities. What fringe benefits are you going to get? You know, um, what do you want the office to be like? Do you want a very organized, quiet office without any sound, with fewer people, personal space, or a chaotic, more organic office with a lot of noise? Lastly, corporate culture is quite important. You know, paternalistic organizations or firms where there is less individualism may not be for you. Sometimes women employees in our country particularly prefer organizations like BRAC because this is not a paternalistic organization. They provide a woman especially with a lot of freedom and independence and decisional power, which really is draws a lot of women to BRAC. So corporate culture can be a decisive factor on making a decision on your part as to what sort of job you want to do.